Hi, this is Tara Dawn. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit subscribe and like. I hope you enjoy this session.
We're going to have one hand down and one hand up and over. And then switch. Just take your time opening up that waist and stretching through that side body. In mountain pose, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, open up in a lunge. And then we're going to pull the knee to chest. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull. Inhale, knee. Or inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull that knee. So you're really sucking in the abs as you do that, as you pull the knee. So stretch the abdominal wall, squeeze the back muscles, and then as you pull in like that. Work on that about 10 to 12 times. Take the time to engage those core muscles, but let them lengthen and open. And then when you're ready, switch sides. Stretch and open and pull. Remembering to take the time and stretch, even if you take a couple of these and really just open up. And then go back to the movement. Great job. And then go back to rolling those hips again. Get any tension out of that low back and hip area. Go both directions. Roll those shoulders. Let's gently take the hands behind the back, pull it down, and do one ear to one shoulder, and the other ear to the other shoulder. Stretching and opening. Hold the clavicle bones down, and I want you to push the bottom jaw outside the top. So the bottom lip over the top, and squeeze all these muscles to help strengthen and define the jawline, the chin, and the neck. Check that out. Keep working that. Oh, sorry. And push. Inhale, center, and exhale, push. Let's grab one light dumbbell, stepping wide on the mat. Knees and toes are forward or slightly flared out. We're going to inhale, bend the knee, and exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale. Keep the core muscles engaged. That would be the inner thigh, pelvic floor, glutes, abs, and back. Focusing on your movement, your breath. And let's switch sides. Inhale, exhale. Then we're going to set this dumbbell down, hands in the middle of the thighs, drop one shoulder and then the other, just stretch through that back, nice deep breaths. Come up, roll the shoulder, gently clasp the hands together, lift up, stretch up, open up, gently open those ribs. Let's gently grab that dumbbell again. Now we're going to reach over here and pull. Inhale, exhale. Moving at your own pace, breathing and switch. Great job. Set that aside for a moment. Flat back down and roll back. Another option would be to have the hands in the middle of the thighs and cat cow. Move the back that way. I want you to take a moment, move through those vertebrae, get some fluid to those discs. Now let's add a little pulsing movement to this. So grab that light dumbbell, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, sit up, stand up tall, open this hip flexor, and then before we pulled this in, right? So now let's try to balance. You're going to work on balance and pull, pull, pull. Quick little pulse, really sucking the abdominals in, holding the back nice and strong, keeping the shoulders and the hips squared. A few more of these. And stretch it back out in that lunge. Option, hold the hips strong, drop the back foot in a warrior 2. And then back to mountain. Switch sides, find your balance, reach it up, and let's pulse, pulse, pulse. This is a quicker breath. It's a kind of breath, and you're sucking this in, holding everything nice and strong and tight. And let's stretch out. Hold the hips strong. Drop that back foot at an angle. Into warrior 2. And let's repeat. Inhale up. Option to do a little chair pose here. Step back into lunge. Reach up, stretch up, and go to the pulse again. 20. Stretch back out. Warrior 2. Option to keep the dumbbell up overhead and drop the backhand down. A little exalted warrior. Come back up to mountain. Inhale up, stretch up. Option to chair pose. Step the foot back into lunge. Pulse 20. Keep that breath flowing. The head follows the spine naturally. Stretch it back out. Open up, breathe. Drop that back foot as keep the front end up, back hand down gently. Gently back here. Back up to mountain. Good job. Now, we're going to just do a few of these, a few more 20, just standing strong and tall. Working on our balance, keeping everything in nice control. And switch. Keep that rhythm focused. Really suck in those abs tight. One way you could advance this is if you have those little rubber band looking bands. They look like a giant rubber band. They're circled or rubber. And you could put the band under one foot and over the top of this foot, keeping this foot flexed for our last little pulse set here. So you can add that around both those feet and then pull. We got 20 more little pulses. Keep breathing. The head's following the spine naturally. Working on that core strength and balance. And switch. Last pulse set. Going back to lunge. Stretch up and pull 10 of these. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull. Move at your own pace. And we'll switch. Last round of these. Great job. Now let's grab that medium or lightweight for that wide leg pull again. You might want a little heavier for that. You can pick that now. All right, so kind of dip a little side to side. Knees and toes are out wide. Just get a little rhythm, a little flow. Stretch through that. And then let's find those feet grounded and just keep moving those knees a little bit. Option to pick up the toes. Maybe go into a little hamstring or back of the leg stretch. Take a moment to do what feels really good here. All right, we're going to take this dumbbell. We did that little reach. We did that reach and pull, squeezing across here and through our low back. So I want you to really focus on the low back part. So do a few more of these to remind yourself of the movement. Now we're going to hold right here and squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze. 20 of these little pulses. You're squeezing the glute, the low back, and the upper back right under those ribs. Maybe a little upper back behind that shoulder blade and behind that back of that shoulder. So squeeze, squeeze. We're doing little pulses here, little tight squeezes. Exhaling as we pull. We define those back muscles, connect to them. Take your brain and find those muscles and squeeze them tight. And then we'll switch sides. So find your pull, kind of get remind your brain of that movement, right? Remind yourself. All right, and then get that back portion pull. Now the next set, we're going to change this a little. We're going to do that same little squeeze, but now with a glute squeeze, a little pulse. You're balancing on that foot. You're spreading the toes, the heel, and the ball of the foot are connected to the earth. We're not locking the knees, and the core is tight. Breathe. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Quick little squeezes. And then before we change, let's put the hands down here and just stretch into a warrior three. So we're reaching through the top of the head, through that foot, keeping the shoulders in the sockets, and let's switch sides. So find your balance on that other foot, and let's squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Quick little back squeeze here. We did some front pulses for the abs, and now we're doing some back pulses for the back. Now, I like it with the leg. You can choose with or without the leg for the third set of pulse. 20 of those. Now, when you get to your final set here, we're going to do that warrior three on this side. And so when you're ready, keep balancing on that foot and find that warrior three. Warrior three with the body. If you want, you can extend those arms, but we didn't do it on the other side. The arms are just hanging, holding the dumbbell nice and strong and tight. Keeping those shoulders nice and strong and tight. And then let's finish this. Then we're going to go to the floor. So nice and wide. 10 of these on each side. And then we'll go to the floor. Keep that core engaged. Keep that breath flowing. Move at your own pace. Everybody's height and range of motion will be different. So you can move slower than me. That's okay. You can move a little faster if you're small person. But try to always have control. You find the right speed where you have control. Slower is always better. All right, we're going to take that dumbbell down with us. So let's just set that down on the floor and let's grab 2 lighter dumbbells. So we have kind of 1 medium and 2 lighter. Grab a drink of water before we go. We'll slow down if you need more time to get on the floor. Here's your chance to take your time to get down. Okay, so we're going to meet with the mat. Mountain pose. Inhale up, exhale, stretch and reach. Dive down, stomach on the thighs to protect the low back. Keep the stomach on the thighs. Let the head hang for a minute and gently straighten. Work on that a little bit. Bend the knees and straighten. But the whole time we're keeping the stomach on the thighs. Keep the stomach on the thighs. Stretch. And then we'll walk back into down dog. If you need to get off your hands, you can go ahead and go to all fours and then sit on your bottom. But if you're good here, do a little down dog, one knee then the other. If you have one leg that's a little more tight, hold that, count the seconds. Do the other side, the same amount of time. Maybe 1 or 2 seconds less. If you did your tighter side first. And then we'll sit back on those shins. Now you can do this next thing on your bottom. So you can sit on your bottom or on your shins. We're keeping the knees and toes straight ahead. So a lot of times our feet, where they're tight in those tendons, they try to turn out. So try to get those straight. Don't do anything that hurts and just let that stretch. If you're super flexible, you can probably go all the way back in a full hero. I want you to do what feels right for you. Let's grab that medium dumbbell. You can double up the yoga mat to give yourself more cushion. We'll hold the arms straight out, palms up with that dumbbell, and we're just gonna lean back and then come up, lean back and come up. Good job, good Z stretch, and then we'll sit on the bottom. Now with this next one, make sure that the low abs are super tight and your spine is straight. We're on our sit bones, so remove any tissue from underneath those sit bones. Leave the feet on the ground. Grab both these dumbbells, straight spine, and we're going to reach back with one and come up, and reach down with the other and come up. Good core engagement, good breath flow, keeping every muscle from the tailbone through the top of the head, nice and engaged, in alignment, controlled, all that good stuff. Doing a moving boat here, so a modified boat from yoga, adding a little core movement and rotation. Rotate from the base of the spine up through the top of the head. Keep breathing, focus. Great job. Let's set those aside and let's stretch out long across the earth. So lie down. And then let's bring one leg up. If you have some back issues or if this doesn't feel comfortable to you, you could have this knee bent. So your choice, either straight leg or bent knee. Reach out, stretch out, pull that leg in, straight or bent. And let's alternate that. Inhale, stretch, exhale, pull. You are using your core to get up there. The head can stay down, especially if you have a neck issue right now. Inhaling as long as you want to inhale here, and exhaling slowly and controlled and holding it up through the whole exhale. Inhale, stretch and reach, and exhale, pull. So work on your own, at your own breath pace. Your breath is going to guide this movement. Remember, the core muscles are your abs, back, glutes, pelvic floor, inner thigh. Imagine and focus and connect to all those muscles as you move. So find the breath, find those muscles, and complete the action. An advancement would be a Pilates teaser. If you know how to do that, I'm going to demonstrate that. Don't force yourself into this. A Pilates teaser, I'm going to do it bent knee version, would be lying here flat on the floor. And when you come up, you're coming up like into a modified boat. That would be the bent knee version. That's a little easier than the straight leg. You would need to take more time, stretch things out, and use a strong exhale to pull up. So this is a half teaser, doing one leg instead of two. So you're going into like a half boat, like that. Stretch it out, reach out, breathe. Don't do anything that doesn't feel good to you. You can continue what we were doing. If you come up, make sure those low abs are tight and the spine is straight from the tailbone to the top of that head. Great. Now let's grab those light dumbbells. We're lying down, bend the knees. Now gently take the knees one way and the dumbbells a different direction. Diagonal kind of line from the knees. So then center everything and then drop and switch. So here we're holding the abs and the back, everything nice and strong, center and drop. We're just stretching, but also keeping everything nice and tight and contracted so that the spine is safe. Anytime we're moving that spine, we need to have all those core muscles engaged. An advancement from this is tabletop, holding those shins parallel to the earth and doing the same thing. So we'll inhale as we drop, exhale as we come to center. Inhale, drop, exhale, center. And then we're hold each dumbbell individually, and we have our legs up. Imagine that we're in all fours, but we're upside down, right? So you know how we do bird dog, where we stretch out opposite leg and opposite arm, but we're on all fours, right? So let's do that here. Now I have found mentally that if I take the dumbbell down with the leg, then I stretch the correct one overhead. It's a little hack there, a little trick that to keep me on track. A lot of times I'll drop this dumbbell with that leg, and that helps me know which one is supposed to be overhead. So keeping one leg in tabletop, reaching out through the other. Our spine is not moving, so we're bracing that lumbar back. Those vertebrae and those discs are not moving. Our abdominal brace is keeping that in check as we extend the arms and the legs. Nice deep breaths. Stretch it out. Upside down bird dog here. And then we're going to go to a regular bird dog with or without that dumbbell. So you can take a moment here, rock the knees side to side, feet together, knees open, cobbler's pose. Any little stretch you want before we go to that bird dog. If you want to do extra work, go on to bird dog. Start alternating sides with or without the dumbbells. And then when you're ready, we'll go to all fours with or without those dumbbells, opposite arm, opposite leg lift. So the bird dog is an excellent exercise for a muscle group called the erector spinae. They're long, skinny muscles that run on each side of the spine. We're bracing the abs up against gravity. We're keeping the low back muscles strong, keeping the shoulders strong. We're squeezing the glutes, the pelvic floor, and we are stretching through every toe and every finger. So bird dog is a stretch, a strengthener, and a balancing pose. It's kind of an all-in-one. I've seen this exercise in a lot of people's physical therapy for back injuries. I've seen it for other issues too, like strengthening the hip and so, but it's almost in every single person I've seen's physical therapy sheet if they went for a back issue. So prevention is worth everything, right?